We're at the Ho Chi Minh City Museum today. Ho Chi Minh City Museum. Pretty exciting, right?
It
This
is.
is untethered.
It is exciting. It is
Yeah.
untethered.
I was agree. This is untethered. We totally forgot to introduce the show last night, so I was out of practice.
And I'm Scott B. Smith. I'm not in Ho Chi Minh City.
No, you're not. Where are you at?
I'm in an undisclosed location in
Well,
Northwest Georgia,
Northwest Georgia. Okay,
in front of a green screen, but that's the only clue you'll get.
Is the green screen there to make people think you're in North Georgia when you're actually in Ho Chi Minh City?
No, the green screen's there to cover up the mess and the
The mess behind you?
Yeah.
That's
So
fantastic.
I'm really in an empty warehouse.
Well, that's also a good location to broadcast from.
The acoustics
All right,
in
well,
here are wonderful.
The what?
The acoustics in here are wonderful. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, I'm just outside the museum right now. We're about to go in and see it. I feel like I want to go ahead and make a disclaimer that I don't think this is normally the sort of episodes that we will do, the ones we've been doing since I've been in Saigon, but it's because I'm here in such a short time. I'm just trying to capture some of the best stuff and some overview type stuff. That's what we've been doing. Normally we would probably have some activity, maybe a walk around the neighborhood, but this is the museum about the city, and I feel like what better episode to go out on than something that's about the city itself.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my disclaimer. All right, I feel like I'm ready to turn the camera around. Do you have anything before we start seeing this beautiful museum?
No, just that it's also been interesting as the historic sites you've been to here to see kind of the Vietnamese side of things, especially the Vietnam War that we're taught here in America.
Or not taught. I don't remember learning anything in school about it. I think they were afraid to touch it with a 10-foot pole.
I mean, I know that it happened.
Everything I know about it, I learned from movies and TV.
Those are reliable sources of information, ladies and gentlemen.
Very.
Always.
Yes. Trust them. They know what they're telling you. All right, let's
don't go to Platoon for your history lesson, please. I'm sure it's a fine film, but it's not a documentary.
It's not a documentary, that's right. Although you can go to the Ken Burns documentary. That was a really good one.
Oh, that's fair. See, all right. Well, there's the exception that makes the rule, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about that when I said movies and TV, but but yeah, that is TV, and he does a really good job.
What's his tank?
Well, it's a tank. It runs over things and shoots things. Let's get closer so I can read it. Tank M41 was shipped to the south of Vietnam by the U.S. troops since 1965 in order to equip the Saigon armed forces to attack the Southern Revolution. In Ho Chi Minh Historic Campaign 1975, this tank was confiscated by the Liberation Forces on the way to liberate Saigon.
Confiscated is a real sanitized word. They captured it. It's fine. It was a war.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. We get it.
Took it. It is cool.
So that's a U.S. tank. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
They got no plans to give it back. Nor should they.
Maybe it'll be your parting gift.
As long as I can get it in my carry-on.
We'll let you drive it over to Cambodia.
That's a wonderful plan, except the land borders are not open. That's why I spent
Well,
$150 instead of, especially the tanks.
especially the military vehicles of foreign powers. I would hope not. That's,
That's
that's
understandable policy.
frowned upon.
So this looks like another American vehicle, a
Nice.
helicopter.
Yeah.
After April 30th, 1975, it's a UH-1 helicopter. Overcoming any technical difficulties, the Vietnamese Air Force used UH-1 helicopters seized from the enemy, supported the land and Navy forces, which had destroyed bases, headquarters, battlefields, boats, and ships of the enemy, in order to defend the south, western border of the country, and together with friendly units, they contributed to the liberation of Cambodia from the genocide of Pol Pot.
The genocide of what?
Pol Pot.
Oh. Well, we don't like genocide.
No, no, it's bad. I'm almost a little surprised we're already into that, but we know that's going to come up, and we're going to be discussing that when I get to Phnom Penh. It is an unavoidable topic.
Okay. Well,
But we could put it off. We don't have to discuss it now.
no, it's fine. Go ahead. I mean,
No, I mean that was my my preference is to put it off.
oh, all right, that's
That's
fine
a
too.
that's a Cambodia topic. Since we're going there, we'll wait and talk about it when we get there. All right, this is an F-5 fighter on April 8th, 1975. Nguyen Tan Trung, a Vietnamese soldier who was secretly operating inside the Saigon Air Force as a lieutenant, drove this F-5 fighter to bomb the Independence Palace, the headquarters of the Saigon puppet regime. Oh, that's interesting. He was a spy who stole this plane and bombed the palace that we saw last time. Interesting. That sounds like a movie.
Wow.
Sounds like a
I'd
movie
watch
plot.
that. Yeah, I'd watch that movie. I mean,
Hey,
it wouldn't necessarily have to be historically accurate, just saying. Just go back to earlier.
right.
Based on the
If he's got some kind of superpowers, I would still tune in.
well, his superpower was he stole in a fighter craft and bombed a government, a seat of government. That's pretty
Yeah, that's
super.
true.
I've never done it.
Right. Me neither. Fair enough. This one is an A-37 fighter. On April 28, 1975, the Victory Determination Squadron, commanded by Nguyen Tan Trung, that's the guy from before, a captain of the Vietnamese People's Army, researched and used an A-37 fighter which had just been seized from the enemy, taking off from Tan Son Phang Rang Airport to attack Tan Son Nhut Airport. It destroyed 26 aircraft and cut off the urgent military aid of America for Saigon armed forces. Sounds like that was the same operation, I gotta say. How many times could he have done that? It doesn't sound like something you could get away with twice.
He can't steal two planes at once.
He was a head of a group.
Oh.
I guess there was a group of people that were incognito. What am I saying? Spies.
It's a mobile gun platform.
1939, manufactured by the Soviet Union. This piece of artillery was used to fight against the destruction war of American Air Force in the North, 1964. It was then transferred to the 71st Anti-Aircraft Artillery Regiment of the Southern Headquarters in 1972 and used in Loc Ninh Battle and Khartoum from Nguyen Hue campaign in April 1972 until Ho Chi Minh Historic Campaign in April 1975. By using this piece, go ahead.
So that's basically World War II era tech because it was built in 39. They said, right?
That's right. Yeah.
By the Soviets. Yeah. Huh. Okay.
Shot down several types of aircraft, such as F-5 jet fighter, UH-1 helicopters, and C-130 cargo planes. Oh, my dad built those, and more.
Yeah, because your dad worked at Lockheed, one of the big. For those who don't know, one of the big military contractors that makes a lot of airplanes. And they're here in Georgia. Well, one of their plants is.
Right. Yeah. They're Lockheed Martin now, but well, he worked for them. They were just called Lockheed. I think they merged or something. But yeah, let's get a shot of the front of the building here.
Yeah.
People can see this. It's a very classical style. Looks neoclassical, I guess.
It's interesting that big gun shot down aircraft of the types that you just were looking at earlier too, with the exception of the C-130.
Yeah, that's right.
Neat.
I don't think they could fit a C-130 in here.
Yeah.
People getting pictures and trying to get around the picture so I don't ruin them.
Is it wedding pictures?
I think they're just holiday pictures.
Oh, okay.
Families coming out in traditional garb. Getting pictures next to the.
Yeah, these young people out here.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw a young lady standing in front of a lot of flowers in a white dress and made a assumption.
Yeah, it's families getting pictures of their kids for the holiday. You are correct. Yeah, interesting building.
Yeah.
If I can find a.
It's kind of amazing to think that all this looks, in a lot of ways, all these columns and that kind of thing are very Greco-Roman inspired. That civilization's architecture has trickled all the way down through these centuries and even to that part of the world where they never had, provinces or empires or anything out that far.
Of course not.
East.
Yeah.
I mean, even Alexander the Great only got to India, right? So
I think he was in Western China. What would now be Xinjiang?
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
My mistake. But
no.
Yeah, it's just interesting to think that. I mean, obviously those columns and this kind of architecture is probably from French colonialism, I would imagine. But
right, yeah.
But that comes from Greece, or early Greece.
Yep.
It's just interesting to think about how the kind of the lineage of all these sort of styles that we're seeing here.
Right. Yeah. Well, and obviously it comes to not from like the original times, but a resurgence, the neoclassical architecture.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads me to, I have to say, you see in China a lot now, traditional, like modern buildings that are built in a traditional style, and it almost feels like it's just an imitation. Like, well, that's not real, historical Chinese architecture, so it's not really of any value. I say that's what comes into my head, but then I have to remember that happens with a lot of architecture, neoclassical, Gothic. Those architectural styles come and go, and they get repopularized as future generations like rediscover them. So
right.
It's something that happens that's normal.
Yeah, it's history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a Vietnamese satellite that they have in orbit?
No, it's just a model of one. Yes, it is. That's exactly what it is. VinSat. Let's look at the VinSat. Well, Vinisat.
Does Vietnam have a space program?
No, I would assume they sent with another country's orbiter, or what do they call them? Orbiters, things that go up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just
so they would send it.
Just having a discussion the other night about how many countries and have space programs these days. How it's a lot more than it used to be, but it's still not obviously everybody.
No, it's an expensive thing.
Yeah, but it's also been what we've been doing it for almost 75 years, putting stuff in space at this point. So
yeah,
We're talking about just how much junk there was in space.
A ton. Have you ever seen one of those? I think there's live websites that have live models of how much stuff and where it's at around the earth.
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know that I've seen them, but yeah, it's a lot of crap flying around, and it's these little things like pieces of metal and nuts and bolts and stuff, and they're just moving at incredible
Hmm.
speeds because they're in orbit.
Right. That's right. This is kind of an empty room. That's a plan of something. Tan Bak Kwai. I wonder if that was the original city or fort. That
1790. That looks like that's certainly a fortress. I mean, if you look at
yeah.
the walls and stuff, yeah.
In 1698, Nguyen Lord sent the commander-in-chief to the south for inspections. Used the land of Nong Nai to found Hu Gai Din Prefecture. Took Dong Nai land as Phuc Long district. Set up Din Tran Bin. Took Saigon regions as Tan Bin district. Then set up Din Phin Tran. In each din, the management din is like a district. I'm thinking.
Hmm.
Um, the management was created with Lu Tu, Kai Bo, and Kai Luke, the mayor, manager, and secretary. Huh, that was more names than I probably should have tackled. I thought it was going to say more about the city. Geography, administration of Saigon. Well, I,
You were just all in these people's way today.
I know so many people taking pictures.
You can't escape.
I gotta
Oh, I,
say, this is this. I'll get in a better position here. Let me get to the end of the hall. I just want you to see how many of these windows. This whole hallway is all open
mm-hmm.
windows exposed to the outside, and it feels so nice in here. And I gotta say, even in the middle of the day when it's fairly hot, this helps immensely to be in this concrete building with the wind blowing all the way through it. It's almost like having air conditioning. I can just imagine when this was built, that was about as good as you were going to get, for air conditioning. And it's actually pretty good, surprisingly good. It makes me think about how much energy we waste um, on our air conditioning when not all of it. I mean, sometimes you need it. I get that, especially some people, that can't handle the heat. I mean, can't handle like because of age or something. But most of us could do with just some a good construction and open windows, a good design and open windows.
The air conditioning helps deal with humidity, which just having wind, a breeze going through doesn't help as much. But I
Hmm.
see what you're saying. Yeah, I think that's one of the advantages of the mechanical air conditioning is just it'll suck some of the humidity out of the air, which in especially places like around here is a big freaking deal.
Yeah, but I mean, it is at least as humid here as it is anywhere in the south,
Hmm.
all over Southeast Asia. And I guess the point is that before air conditioning, people just figured out ways to deal with it.
Well, yeah, like my mom would talk about how before they had air conditioning in their houses, like my granddad would just bring a big block of ice or get it off one of those ice trucks, that's going by
Yeah,
that would go by to deliver ice, and they just put it in front of an oscillating fan and sit in front of it. You know,
yeah.
what kind of press is that?
It's a weaving machine.
Oh, it's a loom. Okay,
Yeah.
neat. It's interesting to see what you have shown so far. Obviously, the military stuff outside couldn't be anywhere else, but all of this stuff, most of this stuff, is very worker focused. Like it's
Yeah.
a loom. There was in the other room there was like machinery of people bottling something.
Hmm.
It's very worker focused, which I think um, I would would hazard a guess to say that part of that is from the fact that it's a communist country, because
Yeah.
it's a, it's very much about the citizens, the workers
Work.
having the
Yeah.
means of production and all that kind of stuff. So
Right. That makes sense.
interesting. Yeah.
Would you like to hazard a guess at what this is?
A canoe?
Oh, wow. It did not look like a canoe to me, but you are correct. That's what it is. How about a date? Would you like to guess a date on that?
I
Pretty
wouldn't want to
primitive.
go. I wouldn't want to date a canoe. I mean, I do prefer humans.
You wouldn't even want to know what its personality was like first. Well, you know
Nah, I'm
what? The reason
sorry.
it doesn't look like a canoe to me is because it's very old. The canoe-looking parts have eroded. This is from the 13th century. This is a
Wow.
yeah.
It
Mr.
looks
Dang
just
Van Lee.
like
Oh,
a
go ahead.
dugout canoe from
Yeah,
just made from a single tree or something.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
guessing that's what it is.
neat.
The monster side. Found at a depth of 12 meters in the Saigon River at the area of Bin Loi Bridge, Ward 13. Da, 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 da.
Wow, so that thing had survived being underwater for a while.
Yeah, it was, in a sense, I guess, preserved by being underwater. I guess.
Hmm.
That's crazy. It maybe got down in the mud. I was noticing how this guy was staring at this shrine for a long time.
Did you figure out why that was?
I did. Eventually, I did. I mean, I assume you can see that it's not a person.
It's not. Oh, wow.
I just thought I was trying not to stare from outside the room. And I got in there like, oh, there's no one in here. Cool, traditional. I like that hat.
Yeah. It's very futuristic looking.
It kind of does look like it could have come off of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I imagine they got a lot of their inspiration from traditional garb. When they designed things.
I think the Vietnamese got a lot of inspiration from Star Trek.
Probably. That's probably what happened.
That's exactly what happened, I'm sure.
Every time a new episode came out, they're like, well, we got to have a new native peoples group. Let's get started.
Yeah, there's the Klingon sash there.
It's all from all the warriors she's conquered.
That must have been a bad Mama Jamma, because she.
But
Oh,
oh, well, it's a lovely room. Gemma. All right. And perhaps not stopping enough, and I'm really wanting to find like something that's specific to Saigon. So if you see anything you find interesting, please holler and tell me to hold up.
is that halberd?
It is.
I meant the thing on the left. I didn't realize that. Oh, neat.
Oh.
There's one on the there. See, it's got the
right.
crescent. Yeah.
Yeah.
They may both be. They're both some kind of pole arms for sure. Look at that.
Oh yeah, that's right. That one has a different name. You're right. I was just focusing on the model of the clothes, the garb.
It
Hot boy.
hot boy.
Well, it's actually spelled hat boy. I'm trying to figure out how it
Oh,
would be pronounced. I don't really know.
okay.
The cradle of Hat Boy was from the stage of Hat Tung. Has to be 700 years ago in Vietnam, but Tung thrived best in the middle of Vietnam during the Nguyen dynasty. Nguyen. Development in the south. Tung converted into Hat Boy. They are different from from the names, but the art is still basically the same, about the same. Singing male, singing guest. About orchestras are percussion, the drums, the steam. All right, I'm going to stop reading that. It's kind of gibberish.
All right. So in the middle of kind of that outfit there,
Yeah.
it looks like there's a very happy cow. Is that what that is?
I do not know that it's a cow, but I do see hands and I see a face, and it looks like he's smiling. Um,
Okay. It looks like
and
there's little horns and like little ears, and I mean, it's probably me making an image out of just you do with clouds, but just something that's like a design that's there. But it looks like a very
hmm.
happy cow face.
Well, it's a Mandarin character, I can tell you that.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
It's in the Quan Kong Fo Ni Tao play by
Okay.
Arthur Dalton. Okay, well,
Neat.
there you go. Yeah, neat. I can't tell you what the character is in the middle. Well, oh, there's more stuff up here. And then it's going to direct me back this direction. That's okay. Neat. Oh, that's pretty impressive.
Oh,
Hate to have the furniture movers have to move that.
that looks really heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a substantial piece of furniture for sure.
That's a better canoe.
It does. Can you? Would you like to guess the age of it? 'Cause the other one was 13th century.
I'm going to say roughly the same.
Oh, wow, good. I was trying to trick you there. It is exactly the same, 13th century. All right, let's head upstairs. They're shooting, but we're gonna run up the stairs before they point the cameras. He's messing with the camera, so I got time. This is a pretty grand staircase.
Ah.
Oh, look at that. I feel like this. I hope there's an exhibit on this building because I wonder what it originally was. This building is worth coming to see, honestly. For the dollar I paid to get in, slightly less than
Wow,
a
just a
dollar.
dollar? That's good.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Pretty amazing.
Oh, they're taking more pictures.
Yeah, I think I'm out of the way, but
This is I mean, I can see why they're here. This has got some great places for that sort of thing.
it
Oh,
really does.
a better canoe.
Canoes are getting better all the time.
I'm going to say this one's probably a couple of centuries later.
Well, I'm just going to trust your guess because they don't have a
Oh,
plaque on this one.
that's all right.
Unfortunate. Nice
Oh
little
my
view out
goodness.
here.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't think we messed up coming here. This is some good stuff.
Again, this is a great place for pictures.
Isn't it though?
Yeah. These folks have got the right idea.
Yeah, they certainly do. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. Cool view. Cool
Yeah.
architecture. All right, let's move on in.
Cool natural air conditioning.
I had to say, this is one of the things I just love about. I know you were saying that air conditioning has its advantages, and I agree it does. I'm not suggesting we come out of the modern era, but boy, there's something just fantastic about walking into a big, grand building like this with all the shutters thrown open, and just you've got all the advantages and lovely environment of being outside, right alongside being inside and not getting rained on. I'm not going to interrupt their photo show session. Let's walk the other way.
Oh, they're shooting a TikTok video.
It looks that way.
Maybe. Maybe they're rehearsing. I don't know.
Well, I don't think there was anybody pointing a camera at them at that moment. So yes, rehearsing probably.
Oh, they may have just been having a good time. Who knows?
Okay, that's true. Not everything has to be functional. Whoa, seal? I don't see the seal. Do you see a seal in there?
No,
One.
those are bottles. There are no seals there. Seals are
I don't hear
animals.
it. I don't hear anything barking. So no seal. Well, you probably can't see it. It's a very small stamp on that piece of paper. That's the seal, and next to it is the actual stamp. But yeah, you probably can't see it. It's the
I
seal of
see
the
the stamper, I
suicide.
think.
Yeah. See if it helps if I
What
flatten it out.
it's the seal of what now?
The suicide armed squad. And then we have a compass.
What does that mean?
Suicide squad. I'm guessing they don't come back.
Okay, well, yeah, but it's just suicide armed. I didn't know if they were like armed
That's just
forces.
translation.
Oh, okay.
Probably
Armed
we
for
would drop them.
suicide.
Which I guess just means you have a grenade. Maybe that's all. Maybe they're just grenadiers. No.
I don't know. Look at that bomb. Is that a bomb? Oh my
It's a
goodness.
bomb, yeah. U.S. cartridges used in Cu Chi. Cu Chi is outside the city, and you gotta pay a bit to get there, so we won't be seeing it this time. But it's definitely one of the places that's on my list to see on a return to Saigon at some point in the future.
I look forward to seeing Coochie in the future as well.
Erica made that same joke.
Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I've got the mind of a 14-year-old boy apparently.
Well, it was really a test to see if you'd make the same joke she did.
Oh, okay. We
And you
think alike
passed.
on a lot of things.
Yeah. All right.
Flashlights, rifles, and bazookas or missile launchers, however you say that.
I think it's a bazooka. See if I can find. They just have gun before one, and the lower one is the AK gun. So I think we would have different names for these. All right. Ooh,
I know
bigger
AK
gun.
is a type of rifle, so maybe not.
Yeah, but we would specify.
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
they're just not specifying what model it is, which is fine. Doesn't make it wrong.
Don't want to give away any military secrets.
From 50 years ago. Could still be a secret, though. Who knows?
I don't know. I don't know how long it takes them to declassify that sort of information anywhere, really.
Yeah, I know it. In the U.S., it pops up at random times. It seems like.
It
I
does.
feel
I
like
was going to the grocery store one day, declassified information popped up out of the side of the road.
just never know where it's gonna pop up.
I looked in the bag I had from Walmart. There was a receipt and some declassified information in there.
Everywhere you look. All right. Oh, this is an interesting map. You know, I'm a map person, so my apologies, but people in the world supported the Vietnamese people's resistance wars for independence. Oh, it doesn't really say supported this side or that side.
It's just
And
a
it
general statement. Some people did, some people didn't. You figure out which is which.
also, yeah. Yeah,
Didn't you go
not
to
real clear.
school?
I didn't. Oh. Oh, are you seeing things? My screen is frozen.
I'm seeing things. Yes.
Okay, good. I'm going to keep pointing and wait for the screen to unfreeze. So what are you?
Ah,
So that's
the
actually
tent.
a pretty smart way to put your tent up. I've never really thought about why they did it that way, but it keeps you off the ground. I'm sure it doesn't eliminate the bug problem, but it's probably
You're not going to be laying in
much,
mud.
yeah, leeches and stuff like that won't get on you. Not really sure what we're looking at. Why we're looking at cameras here. That's a pretty, I mean, comparatively modern camera. Oh,
Compared to
object
the
to the
one above
liberate
it.
compared to the one above it. Right, that's what I meant. Sorry, but it says this was all stuff used up until 1975.
Hmm.
So that would have been an early video camera, and that's a film camera. You know, the war did go on a while, so that can make sense.
Yeah.
16 millimeter. Oh, they just say it's the national camera, that one.
They have a national camera.
I think it's just, again, not very specific. They're not giving like details.
Oh, oh, oh.
The translation just comes out national camera. All righty. Well, there you go. Nice pair of Italian sunglasses.
Yeah. Liberated
Object.
from a store in downtown.
Is that like the five-finger discount?
Yeah. They put it in a museum so they wouldn't, be arrested for fit. They were like, no, I got it for the museum officer.
I don't think museums are allowed to steal things, but maybe I don't know how museums work, but I feel
I
like
don't
it's
know. I
not.
think you should maybe ask the Egyptians about that. People came in there and stole all their mummies and stuff out of their tombs. They just carted it off
Fair
to
enough.
Europe. I don't know what to
I,
tell you.
I don't. How could I say that when I've been to the British Museum?
Yeah. Well, they
Well, I
just
got a
tape
500 note today.
they just taped some money. Oh, okay. I thought they just taped it to the window. It's like, here's some money. We also
It is
got this from a
kind of.
store downtown. Oh no, it's for
Oh
an
no,
exhibit.
it's
Oh, it says specimen on it. Oh.
quite the specimen. Well, the 500,000 doesn't. That's real money. Let's break in and get it.
Oh no, let's not do that.
Okay, fair enough.
Who is that person on there? Money.
That is Ho. That is Ho Chi Minh.
Oh,
Excuse me. That's Ho Chi Minh. Wow, this goes all the way down to one, and that's a half dong.
wow.
Whoa. I was excited because I got a 500 today because you normally don't see any notes lower than 1,000. Wow.
Wow.
I wonder when that's from. 1985. Oh, interesting. So they were still using. It was still a fairly normal currency right up until 1985. This is what I try to explain to people that they don't seem to grasp. They hear about inflation, hyperinflation, and everybody's saying the not everybody, but online it's popular now to say the U.S. is about to have hyperinflation because they because they spent some money. It's like
I
that's
mean,
not how hyperinflation works.
inflation, it certainly seems to be gone up a good bit recently, but I think that's
Hmm.
just one factor amongst many for the price increases that we've been seeing here in the
Yeah,
States.
surely. But we should expect to see inflation because of all the money that was printed. But hyperinflation is a different thing. It doesn't just happen like oops, I slipped and fell into hyperinflation. You actually have to purposefully
It's-
print the money to make it happen. So
Oops, all inflation.
that's right. When is all this spent? Oh, this is when it was in. Oh, this is old stuff. Cool.
That's the Bank of
Uh,
Indochina.
right. It's when Indochina was a colony in itself, which makes me wonder when was this printed? I'm not seeing dates. They're using the dollar sign.
Well, it says Una Piastre. Is that what language is that?
Well, that sounds like Italian to me, but
I mean, yeah, the
feel
way I
like
pronounced it, I don't know if it was correct.
I'm sure it's French. Un
Yeah.
une.
Sorry, French speaking peoples.
Yeah, I guess anything you pronounce Italian sounds Italian.
Yeah, I'm totally Italian.
Things just look Italian to you because you're so Italian. Well, I don't see dates on any of these, but I guess it wouldn't matter. They have to be from the colonial era, and that didn't
Yeah.
end until the mid century, mid 20th century.
Yeah. Hmm.
That,
Yeah.
that's
Ho Chi
cool.
Minh's not on those either. So there you
No,
go.
no, he's not. Hmm. Oh, any of this ancient stuff. Whoa, here we go. 1875 to 1954.
Oh,
But these are in
1875. Wow.
yeah,
It's
French
150
colonial
years
era.
old almost. Wow.
Yeah. Some of them have almost no French on them, or almost no,
This
and
one is
are.
worth 20 dragons.
This is written in the old pre-colonial language that's based in Chinese. Wow, cool. It's it's virtually the size of notebook paper. That's pretty cool. I hope I didn't take up too much time with that. I think old money is cool. Oh, speaking of which, now we're really gonna get some.
What's this?
These date back to 1832. It's just an old form, pre-colonial form of currency.
What are they? I can't tell.
Oh, really? Let's see if I can get a
It
better
just
shot.
it's like a piece of metal.
Yep, that's right.
Huh.
It's just a little bar of metal. It has a shape to it that the edges are risen. I don't know if there's a purpose for that. It doesn't have an explanation.
Huh. It's almost like an ingot.
Yes, that's what they're called. You're right. I couldn't think of the word. That is it. But it does have a shape. I don't know. I'm not sure if an ingot has to be like just a plain shape. It has a kind of a raised, like I said, raised edges. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if ingot is the proper term or not, but
Sounds good. In
thank you.
October, the 11th year of Xiaolong's reign, that's 1812, starting to cast silver bar, the king said that casting coins made for people's property and exchange. Some round coins here. Cool.
That's kind of neat that one of them looked like it was on like a little hook too.
Yeah. That one.
Almost looks like a pocket watch. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they didn't expect people to have many of them. When you look at the picture, they all have a hole punched in the top and bottom of the coin.
Hmm.
I imagine that so you can string the coins together and keep them, all together before pockets were invented.
Or you could swing them around and use them as a deadly coin-based weapon.
God, I'm beginning to be concerned about your violent imaginings.
They're called coin chucks.
Coin chucks. Okay.
They're on chains.
Oh, that's an interesting use for coins.
Oh. I made some folk art out of it.
Yeah, and there's my string explanation right there. There you go.
Also, it's the those coin counter things, like those little paper rolls. You take them to the bank. That's what that
Yeah,
looks like. Yeah,
that's probably what it was used for. You
yeah.
put the coins into the slots to get a certain amount, and then you string them together, and you're like, we know how much is in there now. We don't have to count them.
That's enough weight for my coin chucks.
Now I can club the bank teller over the head and steal more coins.
This is exactly enough to provide the pressure to crack a skull.
Oh, Jesus.
What? It's a coin chuck. They're dangerous weapons.
Well, they sound that way.
Yeah.
All right. City. No. Is there not another side to this?
It's the danger of violence and the economy rolled into one.
The danger of violence and the danger of the economy?
Yeah.
The economy is more dangerous, I have to say.
Oh.
Violence can only kill a few people. A poorly managed economy can kill everybody.
I don't know. Have you seen some of the violence today? We got things that'll kill loads of people in a very short span. I don't know what to tell you.
That's true. You got me there.
There's a little moped.
Those are very popular now in Hanoi.
Yeah.
Both those, the actual classic ones, and like new ones that are made to look like old Vespas.
This motorbike's name is Huang Jin. We just saw it. It's on there.
Really?
Yeah, go back. See? Huang Zim, this way.
Yep, and then there he is.
There he is. Huang Zim. The motorcycle.
Oh, it's actually a historic motorcycle. It's not just a random one. This Suzuki, used by legal liaison sector of Saigon, Jiadin zone, to collect communists and transport weapons and documents in and out of the war zones during 68 to 71.
Oh, neat.
So in good shape.
A messenger bike for during the war. Neat.
Yeah. That's cool.
Wagon.
Yeah. Cart of Mr. Zongvan Ten, Taiming Kanyon, Kuchi district, was disguised to transport weapons supplies with the city rangers to attack the American embassy in the 1968 Tet general offensive.
Oh, so it was running weapons in for the Tet offensive. Wow.
Yep. Kind of cool. Conscripted laborers and youth volunteers used to transport goods and ammunition to support the resistance war. And they used bikes, I guess.
I'm guessing, yeah, that would be an example of what they would ride. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, it's all on my ass.
Back to that hammock.
It all comes back to the hammock.
It does. Everything comes back to sleepy time.
All right, it's time for. They should really have those all throughout the museum and just let people nap as they come through. I just can't get over how grand this building is. I've said this before, and maybe I'm overstating things, but it feels like there's not much of this left. Vietnam's economy is so booming, and things are getting bought up and not repaired, but what am I trying to say? Replenished?
Renovated?
Renovated. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm going for. Come on. Sorry, I'm trying to get my screen to move.
Oh.
Sorry, I had to turn the mic off. That somehow that did it. Anyway, yeah, I mean, there's so much most of it's not being destroyed, but like a building like this, it's only because it's the city museum that it's still in the condition that it's in, and it's not been turned into a hotel. Something. I'm in people's way. Got a lot of pictures being taken here.
Oh, it's like a tour group.
Yeah, well, it is Tet. I mean, people are out doing their staycation things, or they're home seeing their city for the first time because they have time to go out and do it for the holiday.
Doing some Tet stuff.
Tet stuff. These people, I mean, mannequins. These mannequins are working hard.
They sure are.
I mean, not a lot is getting done, but can't really expect too much out of them.
They need to get out of that river.
here's a clue. Don't see your work in the middle of a river.
Wow. Grenade or mortar launchers there and some. Look at all that.
Just reading to see if there's anything. The basket here. Is that a basket? That's not a basket. Sorry, it says basket made of hard shell gourd. Oh, that is it. Yeah, hard shell gourd. Used to disguise materials by Mr. Tran Van Kung in Hua Phu Commune, Kuchi district, when he went on mission in the resistance against French colonialists. Oh, that's cool. It's a crossbow up there.
Oh, wow. And a harpoon.
Yeah.
Something. Going whaling.
Like it. And this thing that looks like it's going to be a gun when it gets to the top, it is not. Guns don't end in that.
Oh.
Don't know what it's supposed to be on. Find a number on it, I can tell you. Yeah.
Is it a
Yeah.
It's got a trigger and everything. I don't know. Maybe it shoots crosses out of the top.
Oh, maybe it's maybe it is a crossbow and it's just not complete. It's just like what was left of one.
Oh, okay. It doesn't shoot crosses out of the top. All right. That's too bad.
Or here's another one that could be, because I don't see anything else that matches this. Slingshot. Slingshot in CKC shape by Mr. Tran Van Dinh.
Oh.
Used to shoot arrows, pebbles in the range of 50 meters. Huh. Yeah, that's got to be it, because there's nothing else that looks like it might be a slingshot.
Yeah. I guess you use what you got, you know?
Yeah. Pretty inventive.
Hey, mister, this is no time for playing in your band. There's some kind of protest happening behind you.
Some kind of protest.
I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know.
It's just a painting.
You're right. It's just a painting. Don't worry about it, band guy, horn guy.
Keep playing. Enjoy
going.
yourself.
Yeah.
Add to the artistry.
I'm sorry to be such an alarmist. It's like a cavalry bugle.
Yeah. It was. Let's see. They don't really put any explanations. They're just saying, okay, microphone, horn, bronze horn, kerosene lamp, sword, bayonet, poignard. I don't know what a poignard is, do you?
No,
7. It's number 7. Oh, number 7.
Looks like a type of knife.
Yep. That it do. Okay.
Straw hat.
These were protesters, I guess.
Fight the power. That's what he's saying.
Saigon started the resistance war. On the night of September 22nd, 1945, the French troops reoccupied Saigon. On the morning of September 23rd, 1945, the Southern Resistance Committee was established under the chairmanship of Comrade Tran Van Zhao. The committee issued a proclamation to the people nationwide, asking the city's army and people to form self-defensive teams, make wildcat strikes, and those at schools and markets not to cooperate with the French colonists, and start the resistance in southern Vietnam. The Central Party Committee and President Ho Chi Minh showed unanimity with the Southern people's determination to resist. On September 24th, 1945, the provisional government sent an instructive order to the Southern people and soldiers. In this solemn moment, the government appeals to the Southern people to unite closely. Tens of thousands will be united as one, acting bravely and cautiously to bring our liberation to the final victory. Thus, there rose a movement nationwide to support the resistance in southern Vietnam. Battles were fought at the four fronts around the city: Thi Nguyen Bridge, Kill Bridge, Mark Mahon Bridge, now Nguyen Van Choi Bridge, and Tam Long Bridge, all bridges. The fight by Saigon soldiers and people helped to hold the enemy, making favorable conditions for the southern people to have time to prepare for the resistance in its every aspect.
I wonder if the French were just like basically coming back to Vietnam kind of in, I guess, more in force because of the World War II ending at that point, because it was 45. So if they're talking about holding the bridges and keeping the French out, were they coming in from the shore and that kind of stuff from where they were coming back from Europe after World War II, I wonder?
I only have another question to add to this, which is, were the Japanese ever here? Is this one of the places that the Japanese took while spreading around Asia in World War II?
I know they did in China, but I don't know where else.
Yeah, they were in Hong Kong, the Philippines. But I don't know if they made it all the way here.
Don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if the French were just bringing troops back in, or if they were already here and they got forced out by the resistance movement and then set up on the other side of the river. I'm not sure. I don't have all those details. If we were here long enough, I'm almost certain we would piece it together from all the different sites there are to see and whatnot. But that'll have to wait for a future visit. It's a really cool history. This is part of what I like doing this for.
Yeah, there's some instruments and.
I think we're out of the war section, and this is people playing music now. It's a lot brighter topic. This is also wrapping up the end of the museum, I think. This is a traveling exhibit. We usually hit last. Traditional instruments.
Oh.
And less traditional instruments. Oh, actually, we missed this one. This is really kind of cool. Oh, it's a cane. You seeing those?
It's just a cane?
Yeah, they're just canes.
Oh, okay.
Certain souvenir of Professor Dr. Tran Van K during the years when he returned to live and work in Vietnam. Well, we can read something about this guy. The whole thing is about him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
One guy, but I guess he's a musicology professor.
He's an important figure.
Oh, because I walked into the wrong room first.
Don't know who he is, but
Professor Tran Van K was born on July 24th, 1921 in Vinh Kim Village, Chau Tan District, My Tho Province. In a family of musical tradition. In 1949, Tran Van K went to study in France and became the first Vietnamese who took a degree of Doctor of Ethnomusicology with a dissertation Vietnamese traditional music. After that, he worked at Centre National de la Recherche Scientifique and as a professor of Sorbonne University. He was also a corresponding member of European Academy of Sciences, Literature and Arts, an honorary member of Conseil International de la Musique of UNESCO, an honorary Doctor of Music of Ottawa University, Moncton University, and member of many international associations of musical research. Sean Van Kay was not only erudite in music, but also known as a cultural researcher. He was invited to give lectures at many international cultures and artistic conferences and festivals, and to teach at many universities in the world. He made great merit in popularizing Vietnamese traditional music, in particular, and Vietnamese culture in general, to our international friends. So that's, I mean, I don't know how interested the internet will be, but this is really important for preserving culture, to get individuals that promote it internationally and make people in the culture feel more like their culture is worth something, especially after colonialism.
Yeah, yeah.
I can
Because
see why
this is
they.
a person who championed like traditional pre-colonial um, society and culture of Vietnam. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. And I think I don't want to project too much on future episodes, but we're headed to Cambodia, and I honestly feel like they have a problem with that right now. And they don't have, to my knowledge, at the moment, they don't have a champion that's telling them that their culture is worth something. It feels that way anyway.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, so that's a great thing because when we get there, assuming I'm able to do the things I want to do and show what I want to show while I'm there, you're going to see a lot of stuff there that you probably didn't know was Cambodian. You didn't realize it was part of that culture, and it, I hope to show stuff that people don't already associate with Cambodia. Just leave it at that, and then we'll see what we can do while we're there. Make that our mission.
I mean, I have few associations with Cambodia because I don't know a lot about it.
Right. Well, that's a big thing. It's that people just don't know.
I mean, all I
So
know is
knowing
the
isn't negative, but doesn't
mhm.
have
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
although getting out might be a challenge.
I lost you there for maybe 45 seconds or so.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Well,
okay. No.
I'm just trying to find my way out because they're blocking the stairs with their pictures. I don't want to get in their way because it's obviously a big thing. It's one thing to get a tourist picture while you're in a museum. It's like quite another to dress for it, dress for the occasion, and bring a camera crew.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let them have their fun. Okay, well, this is a back staircase. Good, cool.
Yeah, the only association really I have with Cambodia is just that there were some it was involved in the Vietnam War
Yeah,
um, hostilities with the US, and that's really all I know. We didn't, and even that's pretty next to nothing. So,
yeah. Okay. Well, we'll discuss as much of that as we can. Honestly, there's one thing I think people associate with Cambodia, and that's the thing that I really want to hit next week. Um, I assume you'll be around for those episodes. I don't think you've responded yet, but if you're not, we'll just shift them. It'll still be the same episode. But I'm just going to say next weekend right now. Um, oh, my screen froze again.
oh,
It really
we
likes to freeze. Okay.
we
Well, yes.
oh no, as I say, we can still hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear me when it happens. There's nothing actually going wrong. It's just that I can't see on my screen what I'm shooting, which,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of an advantage to be able to do that.
It is.
Um, well, I'm going to walk over to this little pond area because it's really pretty, but we're wrapping up the show. Oh, I'm not supposed to give a warning when we're wrapping up the show. That's that's some YouTuber advice. If you're coming to the end of your screen, your video, just let it end. Don't announce that you're going to end. So anybody watching this, that was just a joke. We're not ending. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, okay. Well,
Although I think I'm not supposed to trick people either, but I'm not apparently not very good at tricking people, so it's not to worry. Okay. Anyway, well, this is pretty. I wanted to show it.
yeah.
Lovely little pond. Um,
Look at that.
so we did a nice transition here where we talked a little about Cambodia at the end, and next week, as long as everything goes as supposed to, next week I'll be in Cambodia. So thanks for watching, and I'll turn
Yeah.
the camera around so I can say goodbye. I like to say goodbye.
Yeah, and if you want to keep up with Wesley's adventure between now and then, check out Untethered on Twitter. There'll be some updates there.
Yeah, I generally post on Twitter. I have to hit the done button, and also okay, weird angle. I generally post on Twitter. I don't know if I should. Do you think I should be posting every day? Because I could probably find something to post about every day.
Sure. I mean, as often as you feel like there's something good that people want to know, post it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to do that then. I'm going to make a policy to post every day on Twitter, and a couple of times a week on Instagram. Just because I have some followers on there, and I'm usually someplace interesting, so I can usually go out and get a couple of shots and Instagram if you want to follow there. But if you want information about what I'm doing, Twitter's the place to go.
And you can find direct links to those social media accounts on our YouTube main page.
Yep, at the top of the page, at the lower right-hand corner of the banner. They're kind of small icons, but you'll see them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, crowd. This has been Untethered. This is our last episode in Saigon. I mean, hopefully at some point in the future I'll come back, but last episode for this run. Scott, you have anything else?
No, this is not my last episode here in Northwest Georgia. I'm still going to be here. So
fair enough. Yeah, that's true.
Stability for your program.
Just in case the viewers are like, I can't take it. He's in too many different places. Won't someone stay in the same place? You're there for that.
It's me. It's always me.
All right. Thanks a lot for everybody. I've watched the next video.
All right. Take care, everybody.